We're here with MMA prodigy Victoria Lee, whose brother and sister, of course, are world champions in one championship. She is the latest signing for one championship at just 16 years old. Victoria, pretty amazing news, massive news. What's the response been like so far to your signing with one?
The response has been crazy. I mean, I've been so busy with interviews, which is like pretty new to me, but it's really cool.
Awesome. And when did you first realize that your ambition was to sign with one championship and follow in the footsteps of Christian and Angela?
Mm, I would have to say after after winning after the junior world championships in Europe, that's when I decided that this is the path I wanted to take. I wanted to become a professional fighter.
So you're the youngest fighter to sign with a major MMA promotion. How prepared do you feel? How ready do you feel for this opportunity?
I feel that I'm prepared. I've been training really hard. I've trained with world champions on a daily basis. I feel that I'm prepared and I'm really excited to compete with professionals.
16 is pretty crazy young to be competing in the toughest sport in the world in a lot of people's eyes. So for those people who say that maybe a 16-year-old shouldn't be competing at that level, what would you say to that?
Well, I've been training since I was 2 years old. I do train in the best gym at the best gym in the world, United MMA Hawaii. And I trust in my coach and my team to let me know that if I'm ready, when I'm ready to take the next step up in competition.
And what was the process like to you signing? Because I'm sure you've been on the radar for a long time now. Everyone knows that you're a big talent and that you're multi-talented. So how did the process come? Why has this news come out now? Why did you and your team decide that now's the right time to sign?
Well, all of the discussions about the signing went on between my dad and Mr. Chachi. However, now seemed like a perfect opportunity to begin my career. I didn't have to worry about school because it was online, so I was able to focus on training, and I got to start my career at this age.
Have you guys discussed what kind of trajectory you want to have and what kind of opponents you'll be looking for and how active you're going to be? How prevalent have those discussions been at the moment?
I'm so excited, like super stoked for my debut. So right now we're just taking it one step at a time, but in the future I would like to be stay active.
Is there a plan of when the debut is going to be, when we can expect you to make your first one championship performance?
Um Honestly, I don't know. I'm I'm training really hard. Just waiting for the call, but it's I don't know yet.
Do you have any rough idea? Has that been discussed at all? Like, are we looking at this year, next year? And also, do you know if there's any almost like legal issues? Because some countries maybe doesn't allow 16-year-olds to compete in MMA. It depends where it is, right? But do you know roughly?
Um, I don't know like uh for the legal part of of which countries I can compete. I'm not sure of that. That may affect when I'm able to compete, depending on where one championship has their shows. So I don't know yet. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. And can you give us your thoughts on that atomweight division? Because it's got some exciting young talents coming forward at the moment. People like Itsuki and Stamp Fairtex. Obviously, Angela's the champion. Can you give us your thoughts on that division and who you like the look of and who's impressed you and who might be a good matchup for you one day?
Well, I believe believe that the women's atomweight division is the most stacked division. I mean, there's so many talented athletes in there, and I'm really looking forward to competing in that division, seeing how match up with those fighters. And as for the fighters that I think are the best, that would have to be my sister. She's the champ of the division.
Is there any other specific names who've stood out to you that you've enjoyed watching or that you like the look of as a future opponent?
Um, I sorry, I don't have any specific names. I don't have anybody.
If you could face anyone in the world in a dream matchup, in or out of one, who would it be and why?
Um, honestly, my dream is just to become a world champion one day. I don't have anyone specific. I don't have a specific opponent that I want to face. I just that's my goal.
You mentioned Angela already. How big of an influence have your siblings been on everything so far? Of course, Christian is a world champion, Angela is a world champion, your dad is your coach, your mum is a martial artist, your whole family kind of lives and breathes this game, right? So, how big of an influence have they been for you?
I'm so lucky to be able to train with and learn from both my brother and sister who are world champions. And not only do they help me with training, they give me advice because they're in my shoes. They help me to to kind of not freak out about the whole process, you know.
And has it been has it been crazy for you? You spoke about the interviews. Is it a lot? Is it, does it seem wild to you that this is all moving forward now?
It does seem a bit crazy. I mean, I I haven't done like I haven't even done like any interviews like this before. It's new, but I'm definitely enjoying this whole experience. It's it's crazy.
And I guess finally then, because you're going to be new to fans across Asia and across the world, so people haven't seen you compete yet. So could you describe yourself as a fighter and maybe describe yourself as a person, your strongest characteristics?
um as a person, I guess as a person I'm just uh I guess my strongest like characteristics would just be my love for my family. That's just me, you know. As for a fighter, I would say that I'm a very determined athlete. I'm trained very hard, and I'm determined to make a statement in the division.